Hey everybody, welcome back to Jersey Boys Outdoors. This is our May 9th fishing report for the Jersey Shore. Hey guys, quick reminder for our Fluke contest. Make sure you're sending a picture with a tape measure, some type of measuring device, so we know the fish is really as big as you say it is. So
yeah, and with Fluke, we're not quite as concerned because we know that thing's going right into your cooler. So, just make sure
it's big enough.
Well, yeah. If it's not big enough, I don't think you're sending it into us for our fishing report, for our contest here. But,
yeah.
And you can send it to us anyway, email, Instagram, Facebook, or text line, however you can do it.
Yep. So make sure you're getting those. Make sure you got your tape measure or whatever. You can get entered into our contest.
Yeah, because we currently have no leader. Right now. We
do have some Fluke.
Have some nice Fluke sent in, but nothing with a tape measure. So, all right. But with that being said, I guess we're gonna get right into our report, right?
Yep.
That's it. Okay. I'm gonna start off with some Fluke and then end with some stripers. I have Paul Neese, who would currently be in the lead, but Paul did not send us a picture of that fish with the tape. He was fishing with his buddy Jim Yost in the back bays of Cape May County using jigs and snelled hooks with gulp. They were able to land 5 keepers ranging from 19.5 up to 23 inches. So some nice fish there. Then I have Bill Fisher, and similar to Mark Gilch with stripers. If you guys know Bill, if you follow him on Instagram like that, Bill to me is like the Mark Gilch of Fluke. The guy just always gets it done. I feel like he doesn't go out without limiting out. So Bill was out on the Great Bay on opening day, which, the weather conditions were terrible on the opening day. He was using a Spro bucktail and gulp, and he was able to limit out. He said the water temps in the Great Bay right now are around 59 degrees. So, Bill just always gets it done. Matthew Peter went out on the Duco Fluke out of Summers Point. And was able to win the pool with his 18.5-inch Fluke. He said it was rough conditions, but he caught this fish on a homemade bucktail that he made. So that's pretty cool. Then Randy Brown was fishing out of Belmar when he was able to land this 20-inch Fluke using a bucktail with a gulp teaser. He went back out again and landed some monster bluefish up to 35 inches using an SP minnow. Sam Panko was fishing LBI this week. He said he was out 2 hours before peak high tide in the afternoon and said all his bites came right around high tide. He had bunker and clam both out there on fish finder rigs. And he said that clam wasn't doing anything. Bunker was the trick. He landed 3 bluefish and 2 stripers. Then he got back out again the next morning and caught this 40-inch striper around 7 a.m. using clam. So I guess the moral of the story is just make sure you have all your bases covered when it comes to bait. It's just, if you can have multiple rods out there, put multiple different baits on there for that day and just see what they're biting on because it just changes so quickly. Then finally I have Jason, who says the fishing in Sandy Hook, Seabright area is still hot. He got his wife her biggest bluefish he's ever caught while using bunker. And she also landed her first 2 bass of the spring, with the largest being this 28-incher. Jason said if you're looking to guarantee yourself a striper, put a 4 to 6-inch sandworm on there and throw it at the lip of the beach. But he said it's also very expensive to do that. He says it works every time now. Jason has also gotten some of his friends involved. Dan, Gopi, Hooper, Steve, and Boris have all gotten into the action. Jason said that fresh bunker, clam, and sandworms have all been working great.
All right, I got Mike Blanded. He was out in the waters around Brigantine fishing the bottom of the outgoing tide using gulp. They landed 2 nice weekies. Mike wanted to make sure that Fluke Mama got her credit with one of these fish. It was just too cold for her to take a picture that day. Bayside Dave was fishing the surf and LBI with the Mystic Misfit using fresh clam and bunker. Dave got 2 with clams that came off the hook, then landed this 32-incher that hit on bunker. Dave said it seems like the last few hours of the incoming tide is the best time.
That's been consistent, at least.
Yeah,
both,
right.
All across the report.
Yeah. So Captain Seasick Fishing was out with some buddies in the Great Bay for opening day of Fluke. Said the weather was poor, and that's pretty been consistent.
Yeah, it was a bad day on Friday.
They didn't get any Fluke, but Jared managed to hook up with this 15-pound black drum using a high-low rig with a teaser and nuclear chicken. Carl Hartman, he was fishing the surf and LBI when he landed this 40-inch striper using clams, and then this 35.5-inch, 10.8-pound blue on bunker. And Daniel Masmini shared this report from his friend Jerry, who was fishing the Brigantine surf using clam when he landed this 44-inch striper. Dan was fishing the Atlantic City Brigantine Inlet using clams when he landed this 47-inch striper. And Eva Capuana was out with her dad, Chris, and grandfather John using shad dart and killies. Eva landed this 19-inch Fluke. They were in the Great Bay. They said the weather was miserable, so it's getting worse.
Went from not great to miserable.
Finally, I have Chris DeVito was shared this report from him and his buddy. They were able to get on the water using bougie baits, landed a blue and a 20-inch fluke. They were fishing the Absecon Bay.
And the weather was probably miserable, right?
I imagine, but maybe they weren't complaining. They were.
Hopefully the sun will be out for you more this week.
All right, guys, thank you so much for the reports. Make sure to send those reports with measurements. We need to see a tape measure for our contest. And good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.